Hello friends, welcome. I'm so glad you could join us today. I'm very excited because today we're going to be talking about something that I think is a bit challenging for a lot of us with mature skin. It's using eyeliner. This is part 3 of our makeup series called Makeup Secrets for Beautiful Eyes for those of us with mature skin who are in our 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond. And eyeliner is tricky, I think, for a number of reasons. First of all, I think maybe our eyesight isn't quite as good as it used to be. Also, maybe we're not quite as steady as we used to be in our hands and applying that eyeliner. And also, our eyes have undergone some major changes as well, because they're not quite as taut and firm as they used to be. So that can cause some interesting challenges as well. So we're going to talk about different eyeliner products and tips and techniques we can use to make that eyeliner application a whole lot easier and almost foolproof. If you're new to the channel, I want to welcome you. My name is Elise. I'm a professional working makeup artist who is really passionate about helping those of us who are 50 plus look on the outside how we feel on the inside, so we can look and feel our confident best. And today, talking about eyeliner, it's going to be an interesting challenge and some hopefully good tips that you can take with you that will help the application process. And by the way, if you missed our first 2 videos, what I have done is I've put a link in the description box below to those 2 videos. The first one was on eyebrows. The second was on lifting our eyes if you have hooded eyes or if you have downturned eyes. And after this session, our next session on our last program on Makeup Secrets for Beautiful Eyes is going to be focusing on under eye issues, which are certainly challenging for a lot of us. Also, we'll talk about eyeshadow colors that work best with our particular eye color. So join us for that as well. And in future Thursdays, which is when we make these videos available, I'm going to be bringing in some women who are 50 plus who have some specific challenges and issues. They're going to be sharing those with us, and we're going to be talking about how those issues can be handled. So those are coming up, and I've already videotaped the first one with Kathy. I think you'll really enjoy her and find some of her tips that she gives very helpful as well. So let's dive into the whole question of eyeliner. You know, when I think of eyeliner, I can't help but picture those magazine ads that you see with that dark, heavy, almost like a magic marker eyeliner going across the top of eyes. Probably not our favorite or best look anymore, but it just illustrates what eyeliner can look like. But using that kind of eyeliner, which is almost a magic marker type, it's a fine point liquid eyeliner or a brush in many cases, that takes an extremely steady hand. And if you're able to do that, I think that's fantastic. But many of us maybe can't do that quite as well as we used to. And with that kind of eyeliner, if you don't do it perfectly the first time, you're pretty much out of luck and you have to start over, because it's hard to touch up that kind of eyeliner. So I'm going to talk about some other options today besides that kind of eyeliner. And the first one I'm going to talk about is one that I'm sure all of you are familiar with, and I'm going to show you what that is. That's an automatic pencil eyeliner. This happens to be a Clinique product called Quick Liner. And on the other end of this eyeliner is a smudger brush, which is a really valuable tool to have. But if you don't have a smudger brush, you can always use a Q-tip. And we'll talk about why that's so valuable in a little bit. There are also regular pencils that you have to sharpen as well for eyeliner. There are also products that are creams, and you use a brush to apply them as eyeliner. And there is also a way to use an eyeliner pencil in a somewhat different way. And let me share with you what I'm talking about by that. There are different kinds of brushes that you can use when you use a cream eyeliner or a pencil eyeliner. This, as you can see, is a small angled brush. And the wonderful thing about using brushes is that they're a whole lot more forgiving than using other kinds of eyeliner application tools. So what I'm going to do is take this brush and I'm going to rub it against this eyeliner pencil that I have. And I'm just going to apply product to the brush by rubbing it against the pencil. The beauty of this is that you get the value of the eyeliner from the pencil, but you then get to apply it with a brush that's far more forgiving. As you can see, I have got quite a bit of product on this brush from that eyeliner pencil. And a lot of times also with an eyeliner pencil like this, it does get duller. And some eyeliner pencils do come with a sharpener, some do not. And as you can see, as this gets duller, it's hard to get a more precise line with it. You get a thicker line. And sometimes we want a little bit less thick of a line, a little bit thinner line to work with. So that's an option, to go with a brush and rub it against a pencil eyeliner. Again, makes the application a little bit easier using the brush. But I want to talk about another way, which I've been using a lot lately, and I find it quicker and easier than a lot of other methods, and quite honestly, a little bit more foolproof as well. And that is using a brush to apply eyeshadow as eyeliner. Now, I must say, first of all, that not all eyeshadows work well as eyeliner. You really do have to do some experimentation to find out what works. And I was surprised. I actually have some very high-end eyeshadows that I thought would work beautifully as eyeliner, but for some reason they really didn't work so well. So it doesn't really matter if it's a high-end or more of a medium-priced eyeshadow or a drugstore-priced eyeshadow. Some of them work well and others won't work as well. So as I said, a little experimentation is necessary first. There are a number of ways to apply the eyeshadow as eyeliner. As I mentioned, you can use an angled brush like this and simply dip it into the eyeshadow, tap it off, and then use the small angled brush. Another brush that I've found lately that works really well, and I like it because frankly it's a little quicker. This flat brush, as you can see, has more space on it, so you can put more product on it and it goes on a little bit faster because you're applying more at every time you tap it against your eyelash area. So I am going to show you a particular brand, and if you watched our last video, you'll recognize this brand. This is one of my favorite eyeshadow products lately. It's by Juvia's Place, and this is their Warrior 2 palette, which is an all matte eyeshadow palette. And if you are going to use eyeshadow as eyeliner, you definitely want to use a matte eyeshadow product. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the very darkest brown shade in this palette, which is in the top row middle, and I'm going to blend it a little bit with it's a lighter black shadow right next to it. There is a deeper black shadow on the bottom, as you can see, but I'm just going to blend the darkest brown with just a tiny bit of that black. The reason I like to do that is, frankly, I think most of us, as we were younger and for many years probably used black eyeliner. And it can look absolutely gorgeous, and it may work very well for many of you. I find for me that it looks a little too harsh. So I like to use a softer look with my eyeshadow as eyeliner, which is why I'm using a dark brown, but I'm touching it just a teensy bit with the black. So I'm going to go off camera for just a moment, and I'm going to take off my eye makeup on one eye so I can demonstrate to you how this works to put on eyeshadow as eyeliner. I'll be right back. All right, I've taken the eyeliner off my left eye, and unfortunately I got a little eyeshadow off along with it, but we'll just make do from here. So there are several different ways you can use eyeshadow as eyeliner. I'm going to first just dip my flat brush, as I showed you earlier, into that dark brown and a little bit into the black, and I'm going to tap it off. Very important to tap off. And I'm just going to hold my eye slightly taut, so I don't have as much crepiness, and I'm simply going to go across my lid, the very bottom part of my lid closest to my lashes, and I'm going to stamp it on. Now, that was a very soft application, and I'm going to do one more application just to make it a little bit stronger. Now, obviously, it totally depends on where you're going to be going, what you're going to be doing, what your preference is. And you can see that that is a little bit stronger. Now, if I wanted to soften this out a little bit more, I could simply use my brush and I could go along that outer edge or the top edge of the eyeshadow, and I can even soften that a little bit more so it looks even more natural. Now, another way to do this, and this is especially important for those of us who have problems with our eyes watering or we get teary-eyed, and that I know is something that really a lot of us have to deal with. And we want to actually turn our eyeshadow into a waterproof eyeliner. And there are two ways of doing that, which I want to share with you, which can make a huge difference. This is also nice to have waterproof eyeliner if you live in a hot, humid climate as well, because you really want that eyeliner to stay on and not drip at all. So the first way is to take a setting spray, and I'll show you which one I'm going to be working with. This is Urban Decay All Nighter. And I'm going to take the setting spray, and I'm going to spray just a little bit of it. I'm actually not going to spray it because I'm not going to use this. I'm going to use the next technique we're talking about. But if I were to use this, I would just spray a couple spritzes into this container, which is really too large, but it's the smallest container I have. I would just spray a little bit in here, and then I would take my brush. I would put my brush into my shadow first, and then I would put a little bit of that, dip my brush into that setting spray, and then I would do the exact same thing that I did earlier, just stamp a little bit of that product on my eye. By using the setting spray, it's going to make that eyeshadow last as eyeliner quite a bit longer. But the most foolproof way of making eyeshadow into waterproof eyeliner is by using another product, which I'll tell you about. It is called, and I'll show it to you here, it's called Aquaseal, and it's made by a brand called Makeup Forever. It's available at Sephora or online. And by taking just a drop of this product, and I like to put it on the back of my hand, and then taking my brush, putting it in my eyeshadow, tapping it off, and then lightly putting just a tiny little bit of the Aquaseal on the brush, that will make this eyeshadow work as waterproof eyeliner. There is another brand I also want to mention. It's by Inglot. And their particular product is called Duraline. So, and I'm sure there are others on the market, but those are the two that I know the best. So either of those would work very well to turn any kind of eyeshadow into a waterproof eyeliner. Especially helpful for those of us who have teary eyes from time to time or watery eyes from time to time. So I hope you found these tips helpful, and would love to know what products you love to use as eyeliner, whether you use creams or eye pencils as eyeliner pencils, or if you use eyeshadow, what particular eyeshadows you use. What is your best technique and your best products? Please share with us, because it's wonderful to share that kind of information with each other so we all continue to learn from each other as well. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll subscribe to our channel so you'll see new videos every Thursday. And if you happen to click on that bell icon underneath the video and hit that subscribe button, if you do both of those things, you'll automatically be notified every time we have a new video. And if you know someone who might find this kind of information helpful that we have on our channel, I hope you'll share this video with them. In the meantime, until next Thursday when we talk about under eye issues and the best eyeshadow to use to make your eyes really pop, I want to wish you a very healthy and happy day and hope the rest of your day is fabulous. Thank you so much for joining us. See you next Thursday, I hope. Take care. Bye-bye.